So a Texas dad was killed in a custody argument over his son. Was it self-defense? We're going to talk about it.
So this is like a terrible situation out of Texas. There was I guess it's a divorced family, a mother and her boyfriend, and then another father. So there's a child at his mother's house with her boyfriend, and the dad's coming to pick up his child, and the boyfriend is.
And he's actually not even there. The child is not even there.
I had no idea about that.
That's what the guy who killed the boyfriend that killed the father was saying. Like, the son wasn't even here.
Oh man, I've completely missed that point. So
right, but he was supposed to be picked up by 3:15 or something like that, and he wasn't there. So the dad was irate about it.
So the boyfriend had a gun.
He should have been there, and he came to get him. When he found out he wasn't, he went ballistic.
Yeah, and they had been arguing about this pickup time and things like that throughout. So.
And it led. It was almost like a horrible situation, similar to the Rittenhouse situation.
Right.
The boyfriend had a gun on his property on the porch. He fired a warning shot, and he told the guy to get off or basically remove himself from the situation. The guy approaching the house tried to take the gun from him, and it resulted in the father of this kid we're talking about being shot.
Right.
Point blank with a
shotgun. And we've got the video, and it's a graphic video, so you guys don't watch if that kind of thing weirds you out, but let's check it out.
Lauren, after nearly 3 weeks of searching for answers, the attorney for Chad Reed's widow tells us she's ready to end the speculation and show the public exactly what happened.
You've got a view in the house
fatally shot
and
Chad
also
Reed
from the road.
On November 5th. She claims Kyle Carruth should be arrested for murder, yet no charges have been filed. While Kyle Carruth's lawyer, David Gwynn, has also shown us a video from another perspective, saying he believes that it supports Kyle's claim of self-defense. Now, we're going to show you both of those videos side by side. We've censored the profanity and blurred the graphic images, but we do want you to know that these videos are disturbing.
Wait a second. So was the mother of this child saying that her boyfriend was murdered?
No. I didn't catch that. I think they were just claiming that this was self-defense. So they didn't release this video because there's too much information going on out there, too much discussion and drama going on about what really happened in this.
Yeah.
So she was like, let's release the videos and show that this was truly self-defense, that my boyfriend didn't just kill this guy.
Well, what I heard them saying that it sounded like one of them was saying he was murdered. He murdered the guy.
You're right.
One side is saying that
that's
he
what the
murdered
lawyer for the guy in green.
Okay.
Is arguing that this was not self-defense, that this guy killed him, that he provoked it. This is actually, you'll hear the boyfriend with the dark blue, he'll say, you came to my place of employment. He said, this is my place of employment. I told you guys to leave. But I don't know if you guys grew up in your parents were divorced or had any kind of nasty divorce. But, I mean, I grew up in a household like that, and the fights got really out of hand, like to the point where, I mean, things got thrown and things like that. So it's just a terrible situation for the kids. I really feel bad for this son, what happened. But the other thing about it is when you bring a gun into the mix, anything can happen. And that's why you don't bring a gun in unless you're prepared to use it.
Right.
This is on video! Call the police. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911.
So there's your warning shot.
I'm recording it! Oh my god! Call 911. Call 911.
So that's somebody from the street right there called it on
video.
You know what?
He had a suppressor silencer on that.
I know, it wasn't really loud.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Unless it was like a 22 or something, but it definitely didn't seem like a shotgun.
22 does not take a guy down that big.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Unless he hit him like directly in the heart or something.
Or they kind of edited the video after the fact. It'll be interesting to figure out what exactly.
I was wondering where's the blood And where was the first gunshot? Like, you would think you'd see it on the porch somewhere.
Right, yeah.
That's why I wasn't even sure when I first watched this if there was a warning shot. But everybody's saying there was, and I think I heard something. So,
one thing that gets my attention, you know, you've seen it before. It's like two banty roosters, chest to chest,
right,
bitching each other out like, I'm going to kick your ass like nobody. I'm going to kick your ass. But that guy, the little one, had his gun. And when I first saw it, I thought we were going to see more of a
struggle.
Big guy get a hold of that gun too and win that wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
But especially after the pop of the warning shot on the floor, and then when that big guy got right up there on him, look what happened. He got killed. He got moved away and shot. So that little one there, either extremely strong or he had a good strap on that gun or something, because there was no struggle for that firearm.
It seemed like he might have had some kind of training or something.
This is West Texas. These guys know how to use a firearm.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
I have it on video, Kyle. You did it, not him.
I told all of y'all to leave.
We came to get his son.
He's not here.
She should have told that. She should have told that.
My place of employment.
None of y'all should be here. I asked you to leave.
I mean, look how calm he is. He's like just telling the story. This guy's just bleeding out. Like, nobody's called 911 at this point. And, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Like, he doesn't even try to resuscitate. It's almost...
He's probably in shock to some degree what happened. But,
yeah. But you'd be like, oh, crap, what did I just killed...
Yeah.
I just killed...
You can hear chickens in the background. Did you notice that?
Did he put 2 shots in him?
I think just one, at least I'll notice.
I did everything. I did not want to do any of this.
911.
And also breaking today, Chad's widow, Jennifer Reed, petitioning to take full custody of Chad's children from their mother, Christina Reed.
Okay.
In an affidavit obtained today, she claims Christina puts her children in emotional and physical danger by keeping them around the man who killed their father.
It was the
widow. We also spoke with Kyle Carruth's attorney today. He tells us, quote, all Texans may lawfully brandish a firearm to protect themselves, their property, and their business. Careful study of the video showed Kyle's gun was brandished but was never pointed at Reed. It was only after Mr. Reed said, I'll take your gun, and slinging him across the patio like a scarecrow, and then stepped toward him, that Mr. Carruth pointed the gun at Mr. Reed. It is my opinion, because of their knowledge of all the facts and the Texas Castle Doctrine and having done a thorough job, that LPD knew this was a justifiable homicide. Our hopes are that a Lubbock grand jury will do a thorough investigation of all the facts and will clear Mr. Carruth. Now, neither Mrs. Reed or Mr. Carruth have agreed to any invitations for comment today. As always, we'll tell you the latest as we learn it at everythinglubbock.com.
You know, it's interesting. This is between 2 white guys, but it's right on the shoulders of Rittenhouse.
Right. Yeah.
And it's kind of like there's a message being sent.
Right.
We've had enough. And we are justified in taking some people out. And that's just the way it's going to be. We're getting back to law and order because a couple of these new Republicans that shifted in Virginia and stuff, they were all about it. We're not defunding the police. We're increasing the budget.
Well, you know, the Rittenhouse situation was white guys too. You know, it was
white on white.
Yeah, so I kind of see the point Bob's making, though. It's like, you know, people are proving that we have a constitution and people are protected. It doesn't matter what your feelings are. The law is the law, and
they're tired of this lawlessness.
People have a right to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Now,
and Facebook today. The university where Rittenhouse was, they wanted him removed from campus because he's a murderer, and that's been knocked down. And LinkedIn, I believe it was, Twitter lifted the ban on the search for the Rittenhouse name in a reversal of policy. You know,
meaning you can search his name?
You can find him now and read about the facts of the case. They did that today, and I don't know if that
should have always been the case, right? But that's just them controlling information, right?
Now, there was a story today that is completely and totally unbelievable. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I just picked the tail end of it because there wasn't much to write about except saying this has happened. African American in a wheelchair, all right, has a knife, and he's threatening the cop. It's two of them, and they're basically saying, you know, drop the knife, like we see all the time, 15 times, drop the knife. And he said, the only way I'm dropping the knife is you kill my ass. So whether or not this guy hit the go button with his left hand, he has the knife in his right, headed toward the one cop, the bottom line is this. He's in a wheelchair, he's black, he got 9 bullets in the back.
Wow.
Sounds like he asked for it, right?
Sounds like that's going to be a
they've got it on tape.
That's why you always have video.
Well, that's going to be another huge
those
situation.
Those body cams like save police officers' jobs.
He told him flat out. He said the only way you're getting this knife is if you kill me, and by God, they killed him.
There you go.
We'll have to follow up on that one, but so
I mean, there's a better way of handling this whole situation.
Right.
Like if your child's not there at 3:15 and it's supposed to be, you stay at the road, you call the cops. I've got a court order to pick my child up at 3:15, and you let the police handle it.
Well,
you don't go up there and get an argument, and especially. They didn't show this in the video, but they actually argued chest to chest before he went and got the gun. And then he came back out with the gun. That was another opportunity for you to step away from that guy's property and let the authorities handle it. So he got killed in self-defense. So I mean, this is a clear case. He's not even charged.
It's evidence that it is never good to lose your temper. You know, I was fortunate enough just to lose my job, not my life.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't have a gun.
Right. I don't want to say that.
Even if that dude would have been 15 feet in his driveway, and he's 30 feet away on the porch with that rifle and said, "Get off my property," the law is very clear. You are trespassing, and you are endangering your life, and it's like, if you don't get off my property, you're threatening me and my wife, I'm going to kill you.
Well, it's really interesting. He's in Texas. I don't think it was his house. He said it was his place of employment.
Well,
he might have been confused.
In the background, right?
So
maybe he works out of his house.
And I would think that
that's true.
If the attorneys of the man that died do not feel like they'll be able to get murder charges, I imagine that they might can get him on manslaughter or some other kind of charge, but it'll be interesting. And we know that we probably don't have all the facts.
Right. It might not be what it seems. Like the wife could have been out to kill him, and you can create this situation where it looks like self-defense, and that guy gets killed. So.
The business location versus home might not matter, because I think that the rule of the land out there is called stand your ground. So whether or not you're at your office or you're at your home or you're at a filling station getting gas, that's your ground, and you've got a right to defend yourself if someone is there to threaten your life.
Right. It didn't matter for Rittenhouse. He was in a street.
Exactly. In other words, you didn't start it. You told the guy you've got a weapon. You've told the guy, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to take you out. Quit bothering me, and they don't pay any attention to you. So what's your recourse? You get your ass kicked, and the guy shoots you with your own rifle, or you do what you say you're going to do. Right. Well, I think he'll sail out of that. Right.
And there's good discussion on this on the freespeechforum.com.
Right.
I mean, everybody's agreeing that this is a terrible situation, but there's just a lot of good feedback, and as facts come out, that discussion will keep going. So
yeah, and please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future podcasts. So this has been fun.
Shut it down. Yeah. We might have to follow back up on this one as things come out, but
right. All right. Well,
Good night, everybody.
See you next time.
God bless America.